So the big news in the NBA recently is the Los Angeles Lakers blowing a 26-point lead against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have the reputation of being one of the worst teams in the NBA tanking-wise. And as you can see there, Russell Westbrook with another turnover, so many already this year. They didn't have LeBron this game is one thing, but I mean, still they were up by 26 at one point. And you just can't blow a lead like that to such a poorly built team like the Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I believe, had 27 this game. He just went crazy. Westbrook had a bunch of turnovers. He played a decent but not great like you would want him to. And after this game, one of the biggest outcomes from this game was Josh Giddey. As you can see there, Josh Giddey has looked really good in the beginning of this season, and he looks like he could be a really good pick in this year's draft. A lot of people kind of thought the Thunder took him way too early, but I believe with the way he's been playing that he definitely was in the right position for them in that draft spot, and hopefully he can develop for them. He is still pretty young. It's only his first season, so maybe he's just starting off really hot, and maybe he won't get on or stay this way the whole season, but as you see there, he just took it straight to the rack over a quality defender there in Avery Bradley. Malik Monk's been playing well for the Lakers as well, as Russell Westbrook finally hits a three this year. It seems like the first of the year. But let's see, Josh Giddey, look at that. Just straight to the rack. No one can stop him. The Thunder really just showed out this game. They weren't playing good at all, and then they just kicked it in the next gear, and the Lakers had no response. I mean, without LeBron, their offense looks stagnant at times, and it kind of is worrying if you're a Lakers fan to see the offense like this just because LeBron is a great player, but your offense should not be running completely through him. Anthony Davis is still really good, but without him, or without LeBron, they just looked bad on offense. Carmelo isn't the same, obviously. Russell Westbrook, I don't know what he's doing. As I said in my video the other day, hopefully he can get it going, but this loss against the Thunder really hurts them. They did come back and they beat the Cavaliers last night, I believe 113-101. So LeBron returned to Cleveland and had a nice little game there. As you see, Malik Monk with a nice pass to Russell Westbrook. It's now a 3-point game. 54 seconds left. Malik Monk getting primetime minutes this game is a very good sight to see for him. I really liked him in Charlotte, and I think that he can be a really good player in the league. He just never really had the role in Charlotte as the top player. So let's see what he can do the rest of this season for the Lakers. 115-118, Westbrook fouls Lou Dort, and I believe they make both free throws. Darius Bazley steals it and dunks it, already winning the game. Westbrook got mad. Westbrook got ejected, I believe, and just not a good look overall for the Lakers. If you don't want to get mad for someone scoring that late in the game, just win the game, Russell. You can't really try to say that, hey, there's an unwritten rule against that, which, I mean, yeah, sure. A lot of people know you're not supposed to do that, but still, it's a game to the buzzer. And the game wasn't over yet, so they had to play to the end, and he played to the end. He made sure they weren't going to have any chance. And let's skip to our next topic with the Brooklyn Nets. So as we all know, this season with the Brooklyn Nets, I made a video about it just maybe a week ago. James Harden has really struggled this year, and he finally had a good game this year, I'll say. I mean, not really, he hasn't had a good game yet, but this game would finally be his first great game. He finished with 29 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, which is such a James Harden-esque stat line. He had a lot of free throws this game. I believe I saw that he had close to 10 maybe more. I'm not sure if that statistic is correct. I saw it on a tweet from, was it Woj? I believe it was Woj. But he was finally getting foul calls this game, and there were still a couple plays where he just complained to get the foul call, and he knew it wasn't coming. And the thing that aggravates me about the way James Harden plays is, if you guys saw in the game against Miami, there was a play where James Harden had Bam Adebayo completely beat on the crossover. Easily, if he just runs into the lane, he's getting an easy layup or a pass to an easy three-pointer or dunk. and he just wraps up in his arm and tries to get the foul instead of playing basketball. And that's the thing. That's the reason so many people dislike James Harden, is because instead of playing basketball, he focuses on trying to get the foul call. And it's just not a good way to play basketball. Foul baiting has never been popular. Guys like Trae Young and James Harden have never really been liked for doing that, and that's what he built his entire game around. So I think he'll be fine, but it'll take him a while to kind of mold his game towards this new rule that stops him from foul baiting, simply because that's all he had in the last couple of years. Kevin Durant with the push off there, I don't care what anyone says, it wasn't an ankle breaker. Torrey Craig, too good of a defender to get his ankles broken, and he came back with a three-pointer of his own. The Nets did win this game. They looked really good the last couple of games. Obviously, they're a super team, so they're going to do good no matter how bad some of the players play on their team. Kevin Durant's going to lead them to the playoffs. James Harden, though, hopefully he can get adjusted to this new rule. I hope they don't start calling a bunch of fouls for him just because, hey, it's James Harden, let's cut him some slack, because that's kind of against the purpose of the rule, And hopefully teams will be able to play James Harden defensively well and not foul him or not get fouls called on him, because a lot of people can't really guard James Harden because he would get so many foul calls. Let me know what you guys think about these two situations with the two top teams in the NBA, the Lakers and the Nets. Both came out struggling. They've picked it up a little bit in these last couple of games, and I believe they'll probably be fine going forward in the season. James Harden's going to be all right. And Russell Westbrook, I don't know if he'll improve, but the Lakers with LeBron and Anthony Davis will still be fine. So I think there's nothing to worry about there until it gets to playoff time. As always, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys think about this NBA season so far. It's had a lot of exciting games. I think it's probably one of the best starts in the history of the NBA, at least what I've seen. And just let me know what you guys have thought about that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and adios.